Hello, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome today my special guest, a very strong businesswoman, Joyce Adom. Today, we are continuing our live series of webinars from Strategy Up about the opportunities and challenges of going digital in 2021. Now, our discussion is going to be about how to build an e-commerce business, what are the right tools to use. Joyce really is a woman entrepreneur who was able to make it from scratch. So I want to ask all our audience to welcome my guest Joyce Adom, and I will let Joyce introduce herself, and then we'll dig directly into the topic. Joyce, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, hi all, hi. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Joyce Adom, owner of Simply Go Natural Cosmetics. I also make our products. Yes, I make the products by myself here in Halifax. And yes, I'm happy to be on this show with Mark. Thank you for having me, Mark.
Oh, thank you so much, Joyce. Why don't we start by you telling us what you're doing, what is your business about?
So what I do is Simply Go Natural Cosmetics is about natural hair and skincare product, organic hair and skincare product, and that's basically what we do. Our product is only to provide healthy alternative to the health the shop, the chemical based ones in the shop. And the time that I started this business, when I started making this product, you couldn't find many. Most of the products were chemical based, and I wanted all natural products for myself and my children. My son had eczema, he had severe eczema and asthma, and he was also very young. Ethan, he was around 2 years then, but before the journey started before then, and he had a very bad, he was exploring a lot of things as children at that age. So he would eat anything. He was like, he's tasting it, anything he gets his hands on. And most of the time, it happened to be my hair care product and the cream I was using on my skin, for him and for me. So I decided to come up with a new solution so that if he uses the product, if the product I use would be natural, and in case he eat them, it wouldn't harm him as much as the ones that I was using at the moment. So that's how the skincare came about. And the hair care came about from my own need. Again, wanted to provide, have a healthy home where the product in the house is all natural. And again, if Ethan does happen to eat them, he, believe it or not, even shampoos, he was eating them, he was tasting them. So
wow.
I decided to come up with something that was less harmful, although I still wouldn't be happy for him to eat shampoos.
No one wants to eat them. Actually, my kids are eating them right now as well when they are playing in the bathtub, right? So they try to eat them, and then you try to tell them, don't do that, right?
Yeah. And for Ethan, it was more like he liked my reaction when I panicked. So my reaction, no, don't eat it. So it looks like he liked it. So every opportunity just to see me react that way. So he was eating them. He knew the ones that I told him, don't eat. He will go find another one and eat them.
Wow.
It was more like a game for him. So I had to come up with something.
Yeah, I can imagine. Actually, you are playing in a crowded place, right? In a way, the cosmetics or anything that is skincare is a crowded place, but the organic part of it is probably less crowded, but it's also becoming very popular. So tell me a little bit, now we're talking about the opportunities and challenges. What were your major challenges at the beginning just to launch the business?
Oh God, it was, first of all, I was new. I was very new in Halifax. I knew nobody apart from my husband, and I knew nowhere to go. And most the time that I came was extremely cold, and I came with my baby. My baby was quite young. Kayla was really, really young when we came. So she was just an infant. So I couldn't really move around to explore because it was around, I think, February. And I think that time we had a very big storm. So it was really difficult to move around. So really, I was restricted. I didn't know the place. And the only way for me to explore would have been to, to be in the community. But because of the weather, I couldn't really move around. And there was so much snow. At the time, I couldn't drive either. So when my husband goes to work, I had to walk around. And I was quite active at that time. I was used to walking. So I had the mindset of, every opportunity to explore, I wanted to walk. So I couldn't do any of that. So it was really difficult for me. So that's how when the products, by the time I started Simply Go Natural Cosmetics, I had been here about a year. And the challenges were, first of all, I remember when I set up the company, it was because I lived in Europe, I was in the UK and then in Sweden. So these two companies, these two countries, I used to move around a lot, and within Europe. So I had the mindset, in Europe, they are very, very digital, especially in Sweden, they are very, very digital. So I could get anything. Grocery, I was shopping when I had my son in UK. I shop everything, grocery, baby, everything. I shopped it online. So when I came here, I had that mindset. So I had the web with the business. When I registered the business, I worked on the website as well. So I had the website. So I was hoping that maybe it was, I had that kind of mindset, right? So I was thinking that, this is start the business, have online business, but it didn't turn out to be as I thought. The environment here is quite different. At the time, people were not that open to online business. People didn't want to shop online. They felt insecure to buy things online, which, by the way, the same threat they feel here is the same everywhere in the world. But for some reason, the culture had not evolved to that level. So they were still doing everything local. So online, I had success with international orders and all that, but locally, I wasn't having much success. That made me abandon my website. The website was there, but I didn't really concentrate on it for some time. And I was trying to do everything local. Going to the market, it was really difficult. Doing this locally without the internet. Well, the internet was there, but the people here were not taking advantage of it. So yeah, it was quite challenging. Yeah, quite challenging.
I can imagine. So actually, you had a couple of challenges that were like on top of each other. So first of all, you are a mother who is an entrepreneur, who is not only like, you are not even at a mature stage of your entrepreneurship, you were still as a startup, right? Mm-hmm. And then you had market conditions that were not really meeting your expectations. Exactly. And you had in a way to battle and to fight against the current, or try to bring the education around e-commerce to your customer base, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, mm-hmm. This is really like a big struggle, but I see that yes, you really succeeded, and this is what we want to discuss about today. But I will not just tell all the good news to our audience. We want them to just stay with us towards the end. I know that you have a big announcement to do. So if anyone is interested to know what Joyce has to say, so please stay towards the end, because
stick with us.
It will be a big news. And please, one thing, Joyce, I want to tell to all our audience on Zoom and on Facebook, if you want to interact with us, if you want to ask questions to Joyce, if you are on Zoom, you can put your questions in the Q&A or in the chat. And if you are with us on Facebook, please put your comments in on the live feed, and we're going to answer all your questions. So Joyce, now to go back to your business, and you said that yeah, we understood the challenges, the market wasn't there. But also I want to talk to the audience and explain to them the technicalities, right? You're not coming from an IT background, right?
I have a bit of IT background,
Okay.
a little bit, but I didn't really work with it. I wasn't really. I was around away from the technical aspect of it, but I had a bit of. I have a IT background,
Okay.
but I didn't really work with it.
Okay. No,
for some time.
but I mean, like when you want to take a business online. So if I just want to do a very quick and short list, is e-commerce platform, SEO management, online advertising, organic
Yeah,
growth, all these, you know, simple ticking boxes, but actually each one is a huge work. So tell
very.
me, what were your challenges, first of all, to build this ecosystem? Google Analytics, Facebook Pixels, you know, whatever you want, and you name it, right? And
Yeah.
what were the steps like? Did you do it all in-house? Did you go to consultants? Did you have friends? Did you outsource freelancers? You tell me about this journey.
Well, first of all, I didn't have much friends that were equipped in that areas to help. If I did, they didn't come up. If I do, they didn't come up with their services. But what I saw, I am the kind of person, as you already know, I'm quite a hands-on person. I do things. I like to understand things. And even if I'm not doing it myself, I like to have an insight of how things work.
Mhm.
So with the website, especially with my website, I think it's been such a journey. And I know it's very, very daunting. But because of my own personality, I was able to overcome it. But one of the ways I did it was I did everything gradually. For me, I had 5 years to do this. You know, I had 5 years to do it in
5 years to plan and to execute, right?
yeah, this month is my 5th year, you
You
know,
know,
so
Joyce, I admire your planning, because you need to see the amount of people who are coming to me with an idea today and they say, I want to launch tomorrow, right? And this is what I tell them, that this is not
yeah, it
going to
doesn't work
happen
like that.
in the right way. So please continue, but I just wanted to say this. Please go ahead. Yes.
Yes, that is true. A lot of people, even right now, people come to me and they're like, oh, how did you get here? How did you get to there? I'm like, I've been doing this for 5 good years. And it's a process. You have to give yourself time. And I remember when I was working at because I've been working with my children and then doing this at the same time. I was working full time and I was doing the business part time. Only went full time last year when the COVID hit. So the whole thing is, I've been doing it, and I gave myself time to do things. And with the website, let's start with the website. I went online, online, and somehow I do a lot of research. I stay online a lot, and somehow I got to know about Shopify, and then I used Shopify as my storefront. And Shopify was really good because Shopify has everything. You just have to know what to get. So the Shopify, building the Shopify, I tried to do it myself. I loaded some of the pictures and everything, some of it myself. I didn't look that professional because I don't have web development background. So it didn't look that professional, and it was become overwhelming because I had a lot of products. So I went online and I found this platform called The Well. It's a local, someone recommended, I can't really remember. I think someone recommended, BBI, yes. BBI, Black Business Initiative, went to them. And first of all, that's something. If you're starting a business, please connect yourself with associations and platforms like yours that you have a lot of tips to give. Please keep yourself connected because it is needed
You
so
are
well.
so right, Joyce. You are so right. You're on top of the game. I'm telling you. Go ahead, continue.
So BBI gave me the suggestion to go to the well because first of all, I didn't have the money, that much money to hire a web developer to do it because I was starting up, and they couldn't give me the money at the moment at the time. So they gave me a suggestion, and they recommended to go to the well. So I go to the well, and it's a local, I think, developers. So they do different projects. So they are all local. A lot of them, some of them are professionals, some are not professional, some are trying to get experience. So I went there and I found a lady, and I told her this is what I wanted to do, my website and all that. So if she can help me, and she charged me $500. So, so in the $500, just to get my, do everything, align the pictures, the logos and everything, just put everything together for me. And she charged me for that. So that was really helpful. That set me on a professional, I was thinking of the brand right from the beginning. I designed the logo, everything. I got professionals to help me right from the beginning. And then I knew the places that I could do and the places that I think I needed professional help. And I got it the level that I could. So I started from there, and she did it for me. And then she did the pictures. So if you go to my website, simplygonatural.com, the pictures there, she did the pictures. She wasn't that much of a professional, but she was better than me.
This is why I always seek help, right? So you cannot do everything yourself, right? This is rule number one of being an entrepreneur. Many people want to, in a way, save money and say, oh, I can do everything. And then all what happens is only lots of mess, long deadlines, probably you will never launch on time, and always problems, right? Wow.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I seek help when I knew that, okay, I'm limited in this aspect, and the time, maybe I could have done it. I'm sure it wouldn't have been as good as she did. Yeah. So, and it's a lot of time consuming, so I did the first step by uploading my amateur versions, and she just took it to the next level. She took the pictures, she took totally new pictures with her phone. She told me that she had an iPhone at that time. I had an iPhone, but I couldn't do it.
That's about the skills, right? This is what you said. Yeah. Like, this is how you know what you can do, what you cannot do.
Exactly.
The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who already know what they cannot do.
Exactly.
Right? And this is where they can know where to seek help and which kind of professionals they want to have by their side. This is really rule number one.
Exactly. So that was how my website got on a very good start. Even at the time when digital online business wasn't that popular here. So from there, I think I started. My website was there, but then I think 2 years ago, eBay was here.
Yeah.
Google was here. They had all these programs. So each of them, I was there. So Google, I was able to go through, I think that was a year or two ago when Google was here, and eBay too. And this was with Halifax Partnership. I got that information through Halifax Partnership, and that link, Halifax Partnership, and I think BBI, but I think it's Halifax Partnership. So I went for these sessions, and they were just trying to get the people, the locals, to get into getting their business online, so they provided some information and some training. Especially the Google one was really useful. So the Google one, I got, they gave guidance on how to get your business on Google, which is Google My Business. So Google My Business, they gave us, I got a booklet on how to do it, everything. They did the slideshow. I was there present. That was when you could go to a place for an event and you sit there and you can ask questions, people there, So I went there and I did it, and I learned how to do that. So I applied that skills. And when I came home, I use it in my business. So I set up my Google My Business online, and so now my business is online. And from there, I also learned about all this, how to do Google Ads and all that from just attending that event. So it's very, very important too, yes, to know where to go and be on top and be connected. Know the right skills that you need.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really amazing, Joyce. When I hear from you how to say you followed all the small steps, and you went into baby steps in terms of how you're building your business, and you started building it brick by brick, right? So that
Yes.
you make sure that you have solid foundations and you have something that is sustainable and also scalable.
Yes.
So
yes.
Now I want to talk a little bit about scalability, because we discussed about the website, we discussed that you are on Shopify, and actually I just want to announce that next week I will have a Shopify partner with us talking on our live webinar. They are out of Ireland, but they are one of the most, I would say, successful, smartest team who is working on Shopify portals, and they will be our guest next week. So if you are interested, anyone in our audience, and Joyce yourself, please try to connect next week and
I love
live
Shopify.
webinar.
I love Shopify.
So we will have a very bright person who built also his own business, and he became a Shopify expert and partner. So
Wow.
we'll talk about that next week. So now that to go back to your journey. So, and one of the things which I was in a way discussing or talking about while doing the communication about this live webinar with you is bridging two continents. You are originally from Nigeria, and
actually,
yeah. Because I don't mistake.
My husband is Nigerian,
okay.
But I'm Ghanaian.
Oh,
I'm from Ghana.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about this mistake. But still, between Ghana and Nigeria and West Africa, and going all the way, crossing the Atlantic and coming here. So tell us a little bit about this journey and how also you are positioning your product through your online sales and your e-commerce platform, how you're selling in international markets. While you are talking, I want to announce to our audience who are with us on Zoom, I will be now launching a small poll about digital tools. So please take some time to respond to these questions. Meanwhile, Joyce, please tell us about your journey.
Yes, my journey really has been all around. So for my journey started the business. I've been outside the continent for over 20 years now. I think about 21 or 22. I left Ghana in 1999. So it's been a while.
I was in Ghana in 2005. In Accra. And I was in Lagos as well in 2005. So
nice, you've been around.
So go ahead, continue.
So yes, in Ghana, I left 1999, and I was a baby, so I was like a teenager. So when I left, so my life, most of my adult life is this part of the world was in Sweden. I left Ghana, went to Sweden. I stayed in Sweden for some time, had my education there, and continued to the UK, London. I got my first degree in London, London Metropolitan University. Anyone has been in London? That's my first degree. And then I got my master. That my degree was in accounting and business information technology. Okay, so with that, I got my master's in my master's was in human resource management. So my education is a professional one. It's different from my business. My business is out of passion, out of interest, and out of need, came out of that. So this is my educational background. So with that in mind, my whole life in these countries gave me a different perspective of life. So that's why when I came here, I reach out to I tapped into my resources there, which is the friends that I know there, the colleagues, all the contacts I made there. So I went back to Sweden, I think 2008. I went back to Sweden. I went back to the UK. I had a show in UK, in London. It's called I think Curly Treat. It was a festival, a natural hair festival, and I went with the business as an expo. It was awesome. It was really, really great. And then I went on that same trip. I went to Sweden and did a few things there too with the business. So I just went to survey the whole environment. So I was doing my own market research by doing all these things. So with that, I realized that I had a couple of, I had the customer base there. So I had the product there. And because of that, I set the business up to be able to sell internationally, to Sweden, to the UK especially, to Ghana, and to Nigeria. I'm now looking into South Africa.
Wow, this is really great. So, rule number 2, let's talk about. So while you talk to me, you are giving me lots of great ideas. So rule number 1 was that if you are an entrepreneur, you need to know what you cannot do. Rule number 2, which you are now teaching me, is when you are an entrepreneur, reach out to your network, reach out to your friends, right? Try to seek help and try to grow your network through them so that you can reach even a bigger market. So this is the second rule, which I am now learning from you, Joyce. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. So yes, so through them, I realized that my business had the potential to be able to succeed, to reach out to these kind of groups with the product and all that. So that's the reason why I set up my business was online first, and then I came local. The reason why I became local, I concentrated on local because the international world, I realized through my education, I learned a lot online, and I realized that I was also advised to concentrate where I am, to do my business, concentrate, think big, but you need to build a record, and you need to build the fellowship or the trust where you are, locally. So the people that you can see interact, so I decided to concentrate. That's part of the reason why I abandoned my online website, to build that connection. So I turned to my locals. Yes.
Very, very good. So you brought a very interesting word, trust, in the market, right? And we all want to build trust. Everybody says, trust me, right? Trust my product, trust what I am doing. I am a professional. But honestly, tell me how tough it was to convince people to trust you or trust your product, right? Tell me a little bit about this journey. Like, maybe if I am to speculate, I don't know how many times you had to give them free samples or to force them even to try the free sample, right? Probably sometimes you gave it, but it stayed on the shelf or in a drawer for months and weeks and no one was touching it, right? And then tell me a little bit about this.
When it comes to samples, I'm telling you, I have product in Nigeria. People that were supposed to help me sell. And because of this whole trust, because, okay, you are not in Nigeria and you are not a known brand, you are not big. So even the product is good, the brand is not really known to them. So I decided to concentrate on creating that trust locally when I was advised. So I have product in Sweden, I have people, I gave us so much free product. I gave us so much free product that, oh my goodness. And here in the market, I remember when I used to go to the Seaport market, I gave us so much samples. I still do. I still give us samples. And what I realized was before I used to give out full products to people, it was really good. It did help me to get feedback. Some people use it. Some people don't use it straight away. Some use it long time after a while, you know, when they run out of what they were using, and then they use it, and then they later come back with feedback. It was really helpful concentrating on my locals, or even those I gave, wherever I gave my product. I was privileged that I was working. I had a job, so I was able to fund myself at the time. Somehow, you know, I was able to do that, so I could give those products out. Not everyone had that privilege to be giving out their product for free. But that is how I built my trust. That is how I built the confidence, right, in people. So because if they don't get the product and you are not big, how would they know?
Yes, of course.
You know,
And actually, you know, giving free samples, when you give them strategically, right, to strategic people who are really going to probably be what we call influencers, either online influencers or in real life influencers. Actually, you can consider it as being part of your marketing budget. It might be
actually,
much
yes.
better than spending the dollars, the top dollars on marketing when you are so small. And it's better to give it in terms of products, of samples, of events, and where you build the community around your brand, so that you have the basis to support you once you want to just have a lift off, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. That is exactly what I did. I do giveaways. Some people, I remember, I know some people that I'm kind of giving advice, I mentor them, and they will be like, I've done giveaway, I did giveaway, I give up free stuff, and I don't get anything. You have to be strategic.
Yes, yes.
You have to know why you are doing what you're doing. The giveaway. One second. Yes, sorry.
No worries, no worries.
I needed that one.
Yeah, no worries.
So yes, so the free samples were really, it helped me in the market, seaport market. I will give my lip balm. I gave them out for free. A lot of people, some came back, some didn't. Some came years later. They already know. I meet people and they're like, I still have your lip balm. I still, you know, and so it stays in their hand. That was how I built my brand, and I built trust. I went to, I had samples all the time. I always had samples, but I refrained from giving full-size samples.
Yeah.
Okay, because when I gave the full-size samples, there's some people, when you give some things for free,
they don't
value it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. So let me ask you a question now to go back to the digital part. So if you're doing now the online sales and you're having probably to reach, or you want to reach a new target market or segment, or even part of your original target market, which you couldn't yet reach, are they able to get like a sample from your online store? Can I say, send me a sample, or no?
No.
Okay.
I only do samples locally, because there I can follow up. They are with me. They are in the community. They can spread the word around. Here in Halifax, we have that culture where people spread. And even wherever you are, people have because they see me. I am in this community. So, and they can see me one way or the other. It's easier for them to remember. Even if I gave them a year ago, maybe they will come across my product somewhere and they will have something to say about it. But I don't do online one, because people are very far away, and it just doesn't. I'm strategic. I just do it strategically. That's it.
So now let me ask you a question, because you are a successful entrepreneur. You were, as I said before, you built the brand from scratch. You even built a product from scratch. You're doing it yourself. Just before going live, I was asking you a few questions. You told me that you do yourself the natural products, right?
Yeah.
So from your experience, what can you advise to any entrepreneur who is now listening to us and they want to go and sell online? If you have like a couple of advice of what they need to do technically, right? I'm talking about technicalities, about website, about content, about partners, about whatever comes to your mind. that is a must for them to do before they just launch an e-commerce platform?
First of all, you need to master your social media. That is one of the things that I was successful about, that brought me more recognition, is my social media. I'm a natural hair educator, and I took on the platform. I use Instagram and Facebook to document my own journey, and to provide advice to people that were on the same journey on natural hair. Because my product was for healthy hair, but natural hair is quite a topic that people are struggling with. And on my own journey, on my own struggle, I decided to share it. And where I shared it was on the social media platform. I wouldn't have come this far for someone that has been here the time that I've been here to get this recognition without social media. You need to master social media. You need to take some courses. I did a lot of courses in digital marketing, online courses. I got them. I listened to people like you. I got Zoom calls, Zoom webinars, especially during the COVID. I did so much of that, and to get me to understand the platforms online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the website itself. For me, it was Shopify. Shopify is so good. I love Shopify because they have everything. It's easy for a small business to thrive on Shopify. It's very easy. You can get people to help you out. You can get people like you, professionals, to help you, or you go for freelancers from a website, a platform like Fiverr, to get freelancers to do the small things to make it cheaper for you. You need to build the brand. You need to build the brand bit by bit. Don't try to think that everything will come together tomorrow or in a month or in 6 months is possible, but you need to give yourself time, trust the process, do the right things. That means educate yourself. Okay, educate yourself, get the platforms that you need, and then get the skill set. Follow the right people on social media that are already doing it, and they are doing well. Follow them. Learn. You might not need to even talk to them, but learn from what they are doing. Learn from them. They will drop some tips. Take note of that, and then do your homework. A lot of people just want to be spoon-fed. If you're building a brand is you. It's from you. You need to learn other people's techniques, apply it in your own terms. That's how you stand out.
That's really amazing, Joyce. Thank you so much for this, for these pieces of advice. I think I totally agree with you. I agree on every single thing that you just said is about, just not thinking that we can do it by ourselves and we don't know everything, right? And as you said, we have so many tools like Fiverr, like the Well, where you said that it's a local platform where you can seek this, even your friends. When many times I tell the young entrepreneurs that you can always validate your ideas with friends, but don't bring them the friends who are very close to you, who would just cheer you for the sake of cheering you, right? You need just to go to someone, and you need to be open-minded so that you hear the negative part or the negative feedback about your business. You don't have to resist it. The problem is that many people are resisting it. Like if now someone will come and, for example, will tell you, Joyce, I like this cream, but I don't know, it doesn't feel right on my hand. Some entrepreneurs will try to find all the reasons in the world why I need to be convinced that this is the right one, rather than listening and saying, okay,
exactly,
let me think about it, right? And this is, it's a skill. It's a skill by itself to listen and to be able to take actions after that. I really
action. these are very, very true. Listen and take action. A lot of people listen, they don't take action.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes we don't take action because we are overwhelmed. We're trying to do everything by ourselves, and then we're not able to take all the actions we want. Then we forget about few of them because we are so immersed into what I would call firefighting. We are firefighting every day the operations and trying to make things happen. And then sometimes we forget about the important part. Right? And we don't want to have this because otherwise the business will never fly. Right? Or it will fly with the, with the broken wing, and then tell me how far you can go, right? So
no, I completely agree. A good example is I was on a program with Shop here, a Halifax partnership, and they were supposed to they will help me get they will link me with the developers to help me on my website. But when I go on the program, I realized that they want to teach you to do the things. And now I have been doing this for a very long time. I'll go to a stage where I feel like, okay, I've done all the basics. I need professional that can take care of this. So at the end of the day, the program is good. If I met them at the time when I was starting, they would have helped me. Although I did learn quite a few more tips from them. But I realized I can't keep doing this because it kept distracting me from the work, my actual work. So I was like, no, that is it. I'm not doing this anymore. I stop here. And then leave the website as it is and stop poking things that I can't really, I'm not professional enough to deal with it. So I learned to know what I need to do, to know about the business, the SEO, what they are, Google Analytics, all these things. I learned about them. So but I decided, okay, this is where I reach. I'm going to seek help. I'm going to wait. If I can afford it, get help. If I can't, go to all these organizations like BPI, Center for Women in Business, Halifax Partnership. They have programs, places like you, or if I can afford, I even seek help with branding companies. I actually paid for a branding company to guide me, in a lot of things. So you have to be, okay, you want to do some things to cut down cost. But if you want to be, if you're building a brand, you have to think about it and go to those who actually know and get help.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and thank you for mentioning it, Joyce. We help lots of entrepreneurs. We have lots of people coming, knocking on our door, having discussions. Our customers and clients are a lot into this digital marketing sphere and social media management and the day-to-day operations. And you are right, like many of them are coming to us, and the idea is that you shouldn't be afraid of knocking on the door of someone to help you, because at the end of the day, if you don't get the help, you need to understand what actually you are losing. What is the opportunity that you are losing by just saying, I am afraid of knocking on the door because, as you said, cost is a concern for entrepreneurs and for startups. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they think that the cost is so high that they are afraid of even asking a question. Whereas sometimes you will be really positively surprised about how much you can get help from professionals like us, mm-hmm. or others, or freelancers or organizations, mm-hmm. for not that much, right? And then say, oh my God, this is, I've been afraid all these years, and now actually I was able to get this piece of work for that much of money. It makes sense, right? And they always say, like, if you don't ask the question, you will never hear the answer, right?
Never know. That's one thing about, as an entrepreneur, you have to seek information. A lot of times we get stuck in our own world. We focus on what we are good at, which is me making the product, but we forget that marketing is so important. You can't have the best product if you don't market, if you don't know how to market your product, it will die. 100%. So you have to learn those other soft skills, especially sales and marketing. You have to be on top of it. Go to those who can help you if it's not what you are strong at. Educate yourself as much as possible. I remember that a platform that I used to learn a few of these is Udemy. Udemy is really good. One thing entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, well, starters do, they want everything free. You can't get real value with everything free.
Yeah, that's true.
You can only get the small, things. Get the attitude of paying. That's the reason why you need to find something else doing to fund you until you get to the stage where you feel like, okay, I can do this on my own or get help.
100%.
You have to.
Free will just give you'll scratch the surface with everything that is
Yes.
free. Just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yes.
And then at the end, if you want to really dig deeper into the topic, there is nothing free in life, right? At some point, you will pay back, right? Either you will pay back in money, or you will pay back in losing the business, or you will pay back, at the end, there is something that has to give up in terms of when you get things for free.
Yeah.
I am still mindful about the time. It's been really an amazing discussion. I don't know if you already are aware. You are aware that we spent already 45 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
I know that we can talk for hours. So I still have 2 questions. I know that we still have this huge announcement to talk about it. Before to reach to that, I have one final question to you. So you build your platform. You have now an e-commerce platform. You have your Google Analytics. You have Google My Business. You have your social media around. What is probably the one next thing in technology, in digital solution, which you think you would be going for in 2021? Do you have something new which you want to add as a value proposition or as an enabler, as a tool for your business?
At the moment, the only thing I can do is to get professional help. To get professional help. Maybe I've been talking to a few companies locally to put everything together to move to the next level.
You didn't.
I'm thinking of a subscription. Those subscription, and so I need a professional to help me now. I don't want to be doing everything because now my time is quite valuable. Yeah. I do not want to be sitting down doing these things. There's time for everything. There is the time for everything. My time of poking around and learning all these things and spending time has passed. Right now, it's time to get a professional to tune things up to the next level.
I think you are on the right track. I like the way you think, and I know that you're taking your business step by step, and you are really reaching where you want to reach. And this is really a great place when someone will succeed, is when you have a plan and a vision for your business. Mm-hmm. So now we are on the last 10 minutes of our webinar. Joyce, tell us about the big announcement. Tell us about the big success, which I would say check for Joyce Adom about her business.
Yeah, so one of the main things that I was doing during the COVID 2020, I used it to develop myself, okay? So I used to develop myself during the COVID period. I learned a bunch of things for the business, and it's yielding results now. So one of the goals was to get my product in more stores and bigger stores. And with that, this year, hopefully next week, we will have our product in Sobeys.
Wow! Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sobeys, one of the biggest places you can be, not only in Nova Scotia, but in Canada as well, in other provinces, right? So this is a gateway for you to grow beyond the province. That's great.
Yeah.
Very good.
So,
congratulations.
So yes, we will be in 3 Sobeys to start with. We will be in the Montfort, Clayton Park, and the one on Windsor. So the 3 big Sobeys in Halifax, we're gonna be there to start with. And after this, we will go to the other service. So yes, look out for our products next time you go to service.
Wow, this is really a great announcement. And I think this is a great achievement, right? I think
Thank you.
not too many would be able to reach to the stage where they are on the shelves of big retail chains, right? It's
Yes.
first of all, it's a tough space to penetrate. It's also highly competitive, like too many people want to be there. And I am sure you pass through a very tough checklist to scrutinize your products and who you are and what and how much and everything that goes around. Because Sobeys also need to be very strategic to say, okay, I will put this.
They are very
customers, will it attract to upsell and cross-sell with other products or brands, right? And of course, it's complete different science when we decide which brand or which product to put on the shelves in the retail stores, right?
That was.
So I can imagine.
It took me about 18 months.
Right. So you go ahead.
About 18 months to get to finally get the products in service. Wow. To get to this level. 18 months. It's a very, very lengthy process. A very, very and if the product is not ready, that is even worse. They won't even look at you. So you have to get your product to the level where they look at it and they say, okay, you're ready. And then when you're ready, it's something else. It's a very long process.
That's amazing news, Joyce. Thank you so much. I just want to tell our audience who is with us on Zoom that I just launched another poll about satisfaction survey about today's webinar. So please take your time to respond to these very short questions. Joyce, I think we are reaching towards the end of our session, and I really want to thank you for your time, for being.
Thank you for having me.
Really, I enjoyed this discussion. You are a brilliant woman, a brilliant businesswoman.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who was really able to make it from scratch, right? This is what we can really say. And it's not only like you took a product to resell. It's not like you just built you built everything from scratch. Like there was nothing. And then you started producing these creams, you started producing these products, you started packaging them, then you did the brand, then you created the business, then the online sales. Oh my God, I'm already tired talking about it. Just saying this. And I don't know like how you can still make it and with kids, right? I understand what it means to have kids, right? And I really admire your success. So thank you so much for all what you shared with us. I just want, before I close this session, I just want to thank our platinum sponsor, Agora Office Space, from where we are broadcasting today live, and our strategic partner, CIMO, which is the Chartered Institute of Marketing Management of Ontario. This is an organization which I am proud of being part of. I am the Chief Strategy Officer of this organization as well, and we support a lot in marketing. We are here to make the marketing ethical, and we are here to bring marketing and to bring the young generation into ethical marketing. So this is our mission with CIMO. So having said this, Joyce, I want to give you the last 30 seconds. If you have a final thought, a final advice, before I do the final closing statement about today's session.
Just to summarize, if you're in business, get your confidence. How you gain confidence is skills. Get your skills, learn other things that is not in your field, apply it, okay? And then seek help, okay? Seek help. There are freelancers you can use, like on Fiverr, Upworks. And then when you get to the level where you are earning good money, get a real professional like Mark here and his company to help you if you want to stand out, okay? Think big, always think big. Don't think small. You can take baby steps. Rome is not built in a day. A brand is not done in a day. It takes a long time. Understand your customers, give them time, concentrate on building your brand, okay? Marketing. Don't forget that.
Thank you so much, Joyce, for these words of wisdom at the end of this session. I totally believe that marketing is about everything at some point during a business life. And this is why I can consider myself a marketing professional expert. I am with SIMO as a chief strategy officer. I am also at the board of the Family Business Association, and I am leading the marketing committee of the Family Business Association. So, and also through my business, and we focus a lot on marketing strategy, digital marketing strategy, social media management strategy, and execution. So we are a lot into marketing and sales funnels. So I totally support what you're saying. You know, you are already preaching to the converted, right? So I totally support it. And you know, as a wrap up for today, I want to really thank my guest, Joyce Adom, who was able to share with us her life experience about launching a new business from scratch and going into an e-commerce business. And I want to thank everyone who was with us today live on Zoom and on Facebook. I really want to encourage you to follow us and to also join our next live webinar. So we are going to announce the lineup of April in the coming couple of days. Next week, as I said, we have a Shopify expert. So if anyone is interested in understanding the e-commerce platform, what it takes to have a Shopify store, please join us next week. Register. All registrations are for free. So there are, although Joyce said there is nothing for free, or when it is free, don't have value. Well, at some point there is.
It does have some value. It has some value, but if you want the meat of it, you pay. You need to pay. It's people's time. You need to pay for people's time.
100%. So please join our webinars. Go to our website, mystrategyhub.com. On Facebook, we have everything on our Facebook page, strategyhub.com as well, and on LinkedIn. So you will see everything over there. Thank you so much for your time, Joyce. Thank you. With this, I am.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would love to continue the discussion with you and follow up maybe in a couple of months to understand how the Sobeys experience is going to propel your business to a second.
Yes. I would say. Thank you. Everyone watching, please, for the Sobeys, in 2 weeks, follow me on Simply Go Natural Cosmetics on Facebook or Instagram. And when we post it, please support me by anytime you go to Sobeys, when you see our products, here's some of the products, okay, that you will see, our hair care products, all right, and then our skincare products. When you see them, the brand, when you see it, Simply Go Natural, then please, that's my brand, the logo. All right, when you see them, take a picture and share with me. Please tag me on social media. Please. Thank you.
I will be the first one to do this as soon as I see it on the shelves in the
awesome.
And one of the Sobeys is just next door to where I live. So definitely I will be there and I will see it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day ahead. And Joyce, I was so pleased to have you today as my guest. Thank you and have a great day.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.